Hey friends, welcome. We have another episode of Vlogmas. I hope you guys are loving the Vlogmas content, and do not forget, if you are new or you're just tuning into my videos for the first time, to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell so YouTube could stop playing me and let you guys know like when I post videos, because they don't do that anymore, and then like unsubscribe people and it's wild. But anyways, today we are talking about my hair routine. I'm going to go into everything. We're going to talk about the colors I use to dye my hair, the stuff I use to wash my hair, the products, like leave-in products, the oils, how I style it to get it this way. We are talking everything, dry shampoos, everything and anything hair related. So if you are on a journey to maybe fix your hair that is extremely damaged, as mine was from years of bleaching, and you are embarking on a whole new hair health journey, I got you. I'm going to share with you everything I've been using to really step up and to help preserve and improve my hair. So before we get into this, I just want to say hi, how are ya? Hope you guys are having a good day. Again, new videos every day, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time up until Christmas, hopefully, fingers crossed. All right, let's jump into this video. Before we actually start into the actual hair care process, I figured I would share with you how I actually dye my hair at home, okay? So today's a hair dyeing day. I dye my hair now that I'm dark. This is actually since I've dyed my hair dark, this is going to be the first time I'm actually touching it up. And it's usually because my hair I do have some graying of my hair, especially right around my hairline and through here. So my touch-ups are about every 4 to 6 weeks, and we're about week 5 right now. So we're sitting pretty good. I probably could have waited another week, but for the sake of the video, I just did it a little bit early, and I think this should lead us up. I think I might do a slight touch out right before Christmas, but other than that, I think we should be good. So you guys know, if you haven't been here for a long time, hi. I recently have my hair has been through some things. So I was about a bleach blonde, so like a level 10. So level 1 being like jet black, level 10 being bleach blonde. I was about a 10 for about a few years, 3-4 years. My sister did that. I didn't do that myself. I had it bleached for many years. My sister is a professional hairstylist, and she did that for me. And we did like a root melt, and then balayage and all that other stuff. And then I was that for quite some time. And then about a year ago, I started to transition into going darker. If you are blonde and you want to go dark, I highly recommend you really thinking about that and slowly creeping into it, because it's very hard to go back blonde once you're dark, okay? So it's a commitment. So I started little. I did like a money piece, and then I would have like some dimension throughout with some lighter pieces, and then I just kind of did low lights and highlights to break up the blonde. And then I went through, and the next step was to add back in pigment, right? So you can't just slap, you know, if I'm a blonde, I just can't say, hey, slap like a really dark brown on my hair and then we'll be good. That's not going to work. You will see that your hair might turn green, or you'll have patches. So you have to re-add the pigment back in, and I did that. And I went copper. So I was copper for about 2-3 months, and I let that kind of do its thing, with knowing that I was going to eventually go dark. So I just went through and did like a fun coppery for the fall, and then I decided to go dark. So what am I going to use? For my roots, these are all professional products. So if you have somebody who's a hairstylist in your family, you could do this. I mean, I don't recommend box dye, but if you want to do that, you can. But what I use for my roots is the Redken Cover Fusion in 5NN. Originally, I did 5NGI, which is like 5 natural golden iridescent, and I felt that my root was a little too light for this color. So for this time around, I decided to go 5NN, which is like just a neutral natural. So just pretty much a dark dark brown. And I'm doing that. I like to use this one. This is the Redken Cover Fusion. I like to use, I'm a big Redken fan. I was using Matrix for many years, but recently, like within the last few years, I started using Redken, and I've been really liking their stuff. And yeah, so I am going to do my roots a little bit differently, okay? So this is the Redken one, and I use a 20 volume developer for my hair. And since my hair is gray, my grays are super stubborn, I was told by somebody to actually use a little bit of perm paper around those edges. I don't know. My sister said she never heard of that, so I don't think I'm going to use it. I don't know. If you guys have heard of that, or if you're a professional and you've used the perm paper, let me know. My sister was like, I don't know what you're talking about. So I was like, I don't want to be a fool and use it. But someone said you can use like perm papers and do it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit the color on my roots for longer. I'm going to let them sit for usually when I do my roots, it's about 20 minutes, and I'm probably going to let them sit for about 35, just because these spots are very stubborn. So when I show you, I mean, I don't know if you guys can really see, but I get them like right here. And then I get them like kind of throughout right here in this spot. I'll have randoms throughout this space, but they're mostly right on the side. I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. So that's the roots, okay? The roots are 5 neutral brown, 5NN with 20 volume, right? That's how you dye your roots. Then for the rest of my hair, I did not put like this kind of dye on the rest of my hair. What I ended up going in with was Redken Shade EQ, and I kind of concocted my own idea, and my sister kind of helped me out with the formula. So when I first went dark, I was originally only going in with, these are the Redken Shade EQs, okay? These are kind of like the toners, right? So I used these, and I went in with a 5N. So I did 1 ounce of 5N, and I did 1.5 ounces of 6NB, which is a net. So 5N is just a 5 neutral, and a 6NB is a 6 neutral brown. So this is lighter, because remember, the higher the number, the lighter it is. And that was how I did it initially, and then I just used the processing gloss with it. But this time around, we're going to do a little bit differently, because I want to add a little red into my hair. I love a good red. That's just like my favorite. And what I'm going to use is another Shades EQ. This is a 5 Red Violet, a 5 RV. And it's called Sangria. So my concoction for this one is I'm going to take 1 ounce of, so you have to measure it out, right? I have my measuring bottle. This stuff, you just can't go in there. You got to measure it out. So I'm going to take 1 ounce of 5N, a 1/2 ounce of 6NB, and a 1/2 ounce of 5 Red Violet. And I'm going to mix those all up, and then I'll add equal parts of the processing solution and cross my fingers. I haven't told my sister my masterpiece yet. But I will say this. So this is how the processing goes, just to kind of show you. I will go through, I will dye my roots first, let them process, and then I will shampoo them out. While my hair is just shampooed and still wet, I will go through and I would add my Shades EQ to wet hair, okay? Not to dry hair, to wet hair. And when you do that, you will take each section, you will coat it, and then I even go in with a hairbrush and I brush it out. And you wanna make sure your hair is drenched. Put towels on the floor, because they're messy, because this is a liquid solution. This is when if you've ever had it done, this is when they usually do it in the bowl, okay? But just go through, and you're going to want to really go through your hair and coat and coat and coat. I'm going to let that part of the hair dye sit for about 20 minutes. That's usually 15 to 20 minutes. I let mine sit for about 20, maybe even 25 if I'm feeling frisky, and that's it. Then I wash and condition and do all the other things. So step 1 before we jump into it is going to be making our stuff here. And again, these are the 2 we're going to use. All right, so it's a must to go ahead and change into your pajamas. So these are some old pajama pants and an old t-shirt, because you're going to get it everywhere. Also, wear gloves. Here's that bowl. That's about how much it is. And I just like to make sure it's covered. And I know the consistency. I want it to be almost like pancake batter. I don't want it to be too runny. I like it to be a little thick. I will also say this. Oh, you need one of these guys, these little brushes. And then my sister has like a little whisk she uses. And then you just want to make sure you're mixing everything good. Okay. I also want to tell you guys this. We're going to use this same product and we're going to dye our eyebrows with it as well. Because I do have some eyebrows that turn gray. Because I'm lucky like that. Because God said, here, Danielle. Cruella de Vil. Au naturel. But yeah, so I like to go. And then, you know, my eyebrows are a little light too. So this way it just kind of covers everything. And I'll show you guys how we do that too. But and this, you just want to make sure all the chunks are broken up. And cover the top part first. And then I'll go through on each of these sides. And usually when you start your hair, when you're covering your roots, you should do 4 quadrants. So you do them in the center and go all the way back, and then you do ear to ear, and you work in quadrants like that, which you could, but because I am mostly concerned not with outgrowth, like so covering, because my root and the shade are pretty much, my natural color and the shade are pretty spot on. I'm more concerned about covering the pesky grays that are surrounding my hairline. I am going to actually start around my hairline first and then go through the sides where all the pesky color is. But if you guys were just coloring your root, because like say you had like the stripe from your root growing out, then you would go down the middle and then separate into 4 quadrants and then go that way, okay? Again, I'm not professional. I'm sure there's going to be a hairdresser on here who's like, Danielle, don't quit your day job. As you can see, I go heavy on my hairline because that is where our grays are. All of it is covered. We're good. Only doing the roots. That's it. All right, so I have like barely anything left, but that's all we need. So what I do is, actually, you could use this brush, but this one's kind of big and I don't want to mess with that. I don't need any type of negativity in my life today. So I'm going to take this little brush. This is just another like fine little hair dye brush. And you could also, if you don't have one of these, you can just go through and use like an eyebrow brush, right? So that's not a good idea. Can you guys like see if I do it like right here? Yeah, okay. I have my gloves on, so let me bring you up. I'm gonna bring you guys up so you guys can see how I'm doing this. So here is, I just literally run the dye through my brows, right? So just get it on there. Don't worry if it's a little messy initially, because it will be. And I go like the opposite way too to make sure that we're like fully covered, okay? I remember when people like used to bleach their brows too, so they wouldn't be as dark. All right, so that's what it looks like. I'm gonna take a Q-tip and then you just clean up, right? Because you don't want it to be on your skin for too, you know, so it doesn't get messy. So there's one. I just have a few Q-tips to go through. This would also be the time to clean up around your hairline and stuff like that, in your ears, so you don't look all crazy, you know, and you have like the dye all around your face. You can put like, I know people put like jelly and stuff, you know, like whatever that shit's called. But all right, so here's that brow. I'm gonna let it sit for like 2 minutes and then I'm going to wipe off the front because you want it to be like a natural ombre, but literally this is what you pay like $15 for when you go to the shop. So boom, saved you some money, you're welcome. As you guys can see, I already took it off, but I just take my Q-tip and I just rub it. But you could see already the difference. Like it makes such a world of difference. And if you like to, you know, color in your eyebrows or whatever, and it's kind of a chore, this is an easy way to make it look very easy. Again, don't forget the gloves. Don't forget the gloves. All right, set your timers. I'm just gonna wipe. Well, let me show you how I wipe this one off. I think this one should be good. You guys can see, look at how much nicer it looks already. Perfect. All right, welcome back. We are done with part 1. part uno of our hair. And I do wash my hair with my gloves on, just because I feel like hair dye gets into it. All right, so this is what we're gonna do next. We go through, and as you can see, our roots are nice and colored. This is where I will kind of like peek in, and I'll be like, all right, if I missed anything, but I really do like this color. You can see it looks nice and dark. What else should I say? Oh, here's the brush I'm using. This is a Wet Brush Pro, or you can do like a Tangle Teaser. My sister uses the Tangle Teasers. I use these ones because it just works out really nice with my daughters as well. If you guys have a lot of hair, my kids have a lot of hair. My little one, her hair is very long, and yeah, so it's kind of a lot. So your hair is going to be wet and towel dry, right? Oh, it smells so good. I'm going to share with you guys shampoo and everything too. So, but first we're going to get this done. So when I'm applying this toner part, you know what? I'm going to call my sister and we're going to ask her why, okay? Again, we are taking 1 ounce of 5N, a ½ ounce of 5RV, and a ½ ounce of 6NB. And then that'll equal 3 ounces, and then we'll take 3 ounces of the Shades EQ gloss. Give everybody a mix. I believe this is, yeah, so we're gonna use, these are already numbered. So we said a half of this one. Our concoction, you gotta give it a little shaky shake. We're also just gonna make sure that if there's anything that you guys don't want destroyed, okay, because this is a little messy. Make sure you're wearing your crappy clothes, you know, all the things. Box color is one size fits all, and it comes, and a lot of it comes with 30 and 40 volume, which is a lot of time, and hair doesn't need that. So it really drives the color into your hair strand, which makes it harder to get out. So that's why with the professional line you use 20 volume, because with 30 and 40 you don't need that strong of color put into your hair. And Shades EQ is no ammonia color deposit, deposit color. Oh, okay. So Shades EQ is no ammonia color. It deposits color only, so it's not going to lift your hair and balances the hair's pH. So it will tone and or deposit and also add shine. That's why. What we're going to do for the Shades EQ portion, again, hair is not conditioned. It's still wet and it's only shampooed, okay? So I go through and I will separate my hair out, okay? I comb it out. So you have it, and you're going to go through each layer. You're going to take your concoction, however you want to do it. This is exactly if you had light hair, how they tone it as well. And you just go like that, and you will rub it in. Okay, rub it. You're going to really want to coat your hair. Okay, you're going to coat it. I run it through with my hands. And then I come through with I'm going to be honest with you, that wasn't even enough. So I usually just put like a little bit in my hand, rub it in, and I run it through like this. Again, I'm not professional, so I'm sure there's going to be a professional saying like, girl, just go to your sister. But look, my sister's busy, okay? And I got it. And then I comb it through, okay? And then you're going to want it to kind of look like that, where it kind of stands up like that. That means that you put enough. Again, I just go through, put a little bit in my hand, rub it through, and just coat it. I like to do it like this because I know how much I'm putting. I can really coat it. Like that needs a little bit more. I make small sections as well, and I just make sure to give everything a good coat. Now, since my hair is already dark, this is kind of just like a little bit of a refresher because I wanted to add a little bit of red into here. and I felt like a couple of my pieces were fading a little bit where the blonde was, which is normal because, you know, it has to really get in there. I felt like it needed a little bit of a touch-up. Okay. But this is something that you would probably only do, depending on your however you like to do it. But I wouldn't do this every time I touch up my roots. I would probably do this maybe every other time. So maybe every like 8 weeks or so. Just kind of go through every other, like I said, every other time I do my roots and give it a little freshen up. Just kind of, you know, freshens up the color, gives it a little shine. And yeah, the hair kind of does well with it. So just going through again, making sure everything is good and coated. Brush through so there's no spots missing. Again, it's not really that much of a concern for spots with my hair right now because it is all over dark, so it's really not going to make that much of a difference. But I like to do it right because I don't want my sister to see it and be like, what the hell? I told you how to do it. And look, my sister got to check off my color box. If you went to beauty school, you know what that means. So we are now done. The hair is completely covered. As you can see, it is completely saturated, okay? I'm going to leave this on for about 20-25 minutes or so. Let it do its thing, and then we will shampoo and condition, all right? I'm going to quickly pull out my shampoo and conditioner, and I'm going to give you an honest breakdown because I have quite a few in there. And I'm going to be honest because not one of them were cheap. So hold on, let me show you what we got. All right, so I'm going to show you the few I have and the few I recommend, okay? And there's actually one here that I don't have that I definitely recommend. So my like favorite, and this is probably like my 5 millionth time repurchasing this. I absolutely love this brand. It is the Matrix Biolash Color Lash Shampoo. I use the system, so I'll get the shampoo and the conditioner. I think you cannot go wrong with any Matrix Biolash lines. I think they're great. Honestly, they've been around for this long because they have worked. I've been literally using this like on and off. Like I use high-end products more now because my sister and I can buy them at cost as opposed to buying them in salon. But I know that Ulta has these and you can buy them on sale. I get the Color Last one, and this by far is my favorite. So I recommend. This is another one. I actually seen Laura Vitale talking about this and she recommended it. This is the Caviar Anti-Aging Shampoo and Conditioner. This is what they look like. And they're very, very thick. I got the Reconstructing Bond Repair Conditioner and Shampoo. Guys, I bought these at cost. I don't even know what they would cost like in a regular like store. But this is supposed to strengthen damaged hair. These were $25 each. This was $50. I was like, dang girl. So yeah, and then look. The kids left the shampoo out. These are so thick, it's hard for me to even get them out. So when I like go to take it out, I have to like push it against the wall because it's that thick. I think it works good, but I think I only wash my hair once or twice a week. So I only would use this maybe once, but it is very thick. It works good. I definitely feel like I did see an improvement in my hair because the next shampoo and conditioner I was using, I swear to you, it broke my hair off. It damaged my hair and I needed like some help. But I do recommend, I think this is really nice. I think it's very pricey. Yeah. So, I mean, I think it did help my hair like stop from breaking and like snapping off. Because my hair, I was using this. This is the Redken Acidic Bonding Concentrate Shampoo and Conditioner. This one. These are supposed to be the Redken version of like the Olaplex. I even had bought the leave-in conditioner that it came out with. Like I bought the whole set because everybody was going crazy about it. So I was like, oh, okay, let me do that. So I picked this up and I felt like my hair was so dry it was breaking. Honestly, I just did not like it. Rhea uses it. She says it's okay, but she uses it very rarely. She has that, what do they call it, dermatitis. She has to use a medicated shampoo, so she'll use this occasionally. But honestly, I don't know. It's sitting in my shower because just in case we run out and I need something. But I don't recommend this at all. I think this is an absolute fail. I am going to touch on Olaplex because I touched on it in my last vlog. I don't think Olaplex is all that great. I know Paige Danielle swears by it, but she has very thick, coarse, curly hair. My sister swears by it. She sells it in her salon. That's what she uses for her guests. I don't like it. I think, but I also need to explain some things. I like for my shampoo to get really sudsy, and I like for it to really, I like for it to feel really good and clean and like it's working. With Olaplex, I feel like it does not get like sudsy, and these are sulfate free, you know, these aren't like cheap, you know, bougie drugstore shampoos and conditioners. These are high-end stuff, and they get sudsy and everything. With Olaplex, I don't feel like that. I feel like I have to use a ton, and it's just, it wasn't doing anything. And I was like, okay. So then I was like, and everybody's like, you gotta let it dry. With the conditioner, I felt the same way. I felt like I needed a lot to really coat my hair, and I still didn't feel like my hair was soft. For the price, I thought it was just like the, I mean, this one I think like damaged my hair. With that one, I don't feel like it did much of anything. I feel like for that price, I rather would go ahead and splurge on the Caviar and have a very luxurious shampoo and conditioner. For a deep conditioner, so when I wash my hair, since I only wash it once or twice a week, I don't even use like most like conditioners that come with the kit anymore. I use just a deep repair because my hair is still breaking. And this is at no fault of anybody's. When my sister was bleaching my hair, we were putting Olaplex. When you bleach your hair gets damaged and it breaks. And my hair was bleached for a very, very long time, and it's healing. So I'm doing a lot of different things. There's a couple heat tools too that I have had to stop using because I think those were also a major culprit in breaking my hair. But this is a new mask I've been using. It's okay. My favorite mask is the one I showed in my video. It's actually in my Amazon store, and honestly, let me find it really quickly. Mark Anthony Grow Long Hair Mask for dry damaged hair. I love that. My kids loved it. I'm telling you, my hair was growing and it did really, really well. I'm using this one right now. I picked it up at Marshall's because I had ran out of the other one, and I don't know, I just picked this up because Marshall's gets me. This is the Advanced Clinicals Damaged Hair Rescue Biotin Anti-Breakage Hair Mask. Quench strong, shiny locks with caffeine and sweet almond oil. Replenishes moisture and damaged locks with vitamin E and honey. It works okay. It's okay. I don't even know if it really smells any good. Yeah, it smells okay. It's all right. I generally prefer that other one. I mean, if you're going to get one, it's only $8, and that thing lasts me like a month. And I just coat my hair, and it's wonderful. I highly recommend it. It's perfect. So these are what I use in shower, okay? And then when let me wash my hair and let this do its thing, and then we'll talk about it. So right now when I wash out my hair dye, I'm actually going to take a shower, and I'm going to use the Matrix Biolage one, and I will use, you know what, maybe I won't. Maybe I think I'm going to actually use the Caviar one. I think we're going to use the Caviar one and really scrub a dub your hair. So I'll probably use that, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a mask with this Biotin one, but definitely 0 out of 10. Do not recommend these. And honestly, I don't recommend Olaplex either. I do like their bonding oil. I think that stuff's really good. I like their treatment. I think I have it. No, I finished it. They have a pre-wash treatment that I would use. Is that it? No. Dang it, I think I finished it. It was you put it in before your shampoo, and it was a treatment. That one works really well. Their hair masks are good. I just think their shampoo and conditioner line isn't all bad. I said what I said. All right, so we are out of the shower. My lashes look crazy. I also need to fill. The light's going out. We got some crazy stuff going on around here. All right, so we're gonna take that same brush. I cleaned it. And just brush through our hair. And so this is going to be, I usually wash my hair at night and I let it air dry. I don't try to put any heating products on it anymore. I was using the Revlon brush. You guys seen that's like one of my most, I think that is my most popular video on YouTube. And my sister's convinced that that brush is the reason why my hair is going through the things that it is. So I haven't been using it at all. But I will show you, once my hair dries, what I do to it. So I'm using this one. This light flickering looks crazy. So what I do though, different than everybody else does, is I just spray it in my hand and I dispense it that way because I like to focus this mostly on the ends of my hair.
I'm also in a towel, and if this video like is choppy, it's because the towel's falling. And then I run it through whatever's left in my hair. I run it through my front pieces. Just because my front pieces is where I had majority of the heaviest bleaching done. Put in my hair, and then I let it dry, is the Verb Ghost Oil. I've been using this for years. Actually, I was looking at the store the other day, and she has an oil, and that stuff's really, really good. I really like that one. I forgot how much I like that, and I have it. Once I finish this one, I think I might buy the Chi just to have a little bit of a break, because I always used to use that one. I used to get it from Marshall's, and I loved it. So again, I just focus this all on my ends. And it's a 10, I believe, has a heat protectant in it as well. Good morning. It's the next day. So as you can see, my hair is completely dry. Okay, we are looking good. You can see it's not a crazy, like, vibrant red. It's just a very light tint of red to it, which I liked. If I wanted to make it redder, I would have had more red Shades EQ, right? But I just added a little bit just to give it a nice little tint. And maybe, you know, the further we go on it, the more red I'll add. I do want to say this, though, if you're adding red to your hair and it's just, I wouldn't, make sure you're dedicated to that, because removing red pigment is very, very hard. But all right, so I'm going to show you how I style it now, right? So you've seen what I put in my hair to protect it. I use the It's a 10, and then I also use the heat protecting oil and like shine thing from Verb. This is the curling iron we're going to use. This is a Caviar Instant Heat one. I got it from Walgreens. They're like $10. I don't know. This is like a 3/4 barrel, maybe 1 inch. I don't know. It's that big. So we're going to use that. So we're going to heat her up. I'm trying not to put too much heat on my hair to preserve it. Okay, so we're going to let her heat up. And then what we're going to do is I use these jumbo Velcro rollers. I have them like in a bag here, and they came with clips. I have pink and purple, and I will go through and use those. I have bought them from Amazon. I'll leave a link down below. And what was funny is I was actually on Instagram, and then I seen a picture of my best friend, and look at her. She had them in, and I was like, I'm actually going to use her placement because that's my bestie. You guys see my best friend? That's my best friend. That's Adele. But look at her. So that's how, the reason why people use these is to get the volume and the smoothness and the shine, and it really does help. So, okay, so hopefully you guys can see me. It's a mess back there. So in true Danielle fashion, I just take a hair tie. I'm doing it exactly like you guys see me do it. And I start right at my ear. On my clean hair, I do use dry shampoo, okay? I've been using this because I've been seeing people say, like, use dry shampoo on clean hair because it's going to help keep the oil away. This is my favorite dry shampoo. So I cannot use anything from, like, the drugstore. Baptiste, Dove, I think it's Garnier, any of that stuff. It makes my hair feel, like, tacky, and it makes it feel dirty, and I just don't like it. This is the only one that I can use every day where my hair doesn't leave like a gritty feeling. This is the Verb Gentle Cleanse and Style Extender Light Volume Dry Shampoo, and it literally feels like nothing. Like, I've been putting my sister onto this. I used to use the IGK one, because they have 3 different like types, like a light, medium, and like extra whatever. I think it was called Jet Lag. And that was like the lightest one, and I used to use that, but I actually like this one better because that Jet Lag still left a little bit of a grit to it. This one is good, so I'm going to use a little bit of that. And this is really Verb. The Verb line is super affordable. So so you guys know I work out like 6 days a week. How I maintain my hair in between workouts is I will come home, take my shower or whatever, I will hit my root with the blow dryer just to dry it up, and then I will add some dry shampoo, push it in, whatever. And if I have to, because I have a curl pattern to my hair, and if I start to see that my hair starts to curl at the root, I will just go back in with my curling iron, and I will just kind of smooth it out. Real simple, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go through. I take my curling iron, I just run it through to heat up the hair and to smooth my root. I know a lot of people will be like, oh, I don't even put it to my root or anything like that. My hair, the way, and I make the whole curl. I curl my whole hair. So some people will leave like the curl out on the bottom. I do that if I'm curling my hair to style it and I want it kind of like a beachy, effortless wave. I'll leave the ends out. But for this, for what I'm doing, I curl the whole strand of hair. Okay? Let it get hot. Okay, then we have it. This is kind of annoying doing this, I'm not gonna lie. It's not like super easy, but I only tend to do this once a week. And my hair stays pretty nicely after that. So you just go through, roll up your hair while it's still warm, clip it onto the next piece. Ooh, girl, that little prong was hot. So, like I said, just go through. I start going in different angles when I get to like the top part of my hair. I'm actually going to try Adele's roll placement because I love her so much. And I do mine a little bit, my placement a little bit differently. And I honestly, I'm going to be real with you guys, I don't really like the way my placement is with these rollers because I feel like they kind of poke me in the top part of my head. So what I do is I connect these two. So you see? And usually I just let these sit for hours. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I've fallen asleep with these in my hair. Not like good sleep, okay? Like, but like in a little nap-a-rooski, a little cap nap. And, you know, I'll put my makeup on. So, but the shortest time I would suggest would be probably 10 minutes, but go for as long as you can. So like right now it's early in the morning that I'm doing this. I don't even think it's 9 a.m. yet, but I wanted to go ahead and start this video so I can get it done. And I have some stuff to do today because we're having our family birthday party for my babies today. Today is actually Sophia's 12th birthday. Today is December 4th. So happy birthday, Sophie. Having you was one of the best things I've ever done. Love you too much. She almost has her placements. Well, you know how Adele's like signature look is very retro, like very like 1950s, 1960s retro beauty. So I feel like her rollers are placed in the way that you would do like your victory rolls and stuff like that. If you've never done a victory roll, chef's kiss. They're one of my favorite hairstyles to recreate. Fun fact, I've done many of them. Like victory rolls are, like they sing to my soul. Like I love everything pinup. I even think, I remember one time me and Leo went to a concert. Babe, do you remember when we went to that concert and I wore my hair up like a pinup girl and everybody kept stopping me?
Oh yeah.
Victory rolls.
The Dirk's Bentley concert?
Yeah. Or was it? Or no, Toby Keith.
Oh yeah. Your mom came with us, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That was
Our pieces rolled out except for our bang part, okay? I ran out of small ones. So we're going to have to I'm still attempting to use the same placement that she used. So basically what I mean by placement is instead of doing, usually when I do my bangs, I curl everything to the front and I do like this. The way she's done it is she's made it go, like I said, in a more retro way. I'm gonna have to move this guy back so I can make room for the other ones. So basically she curls it and goes to the side. This is new hair growth, PS. So basically if you do any type of victory rolls, that's what you would do. And if you would do a victory roll, you would use like hairpins and you would just curl it the same way. You would make smaller, tighter curls. I would use like one that's half the size of this, and you curl it, you would roll it around your hands, and then you would pin it, right? And then so when I would do like my like 50s like styles, I would make a side, like however I would side my hair, and I would curl that way and then this way. You see what I'm saying? And then make them go around your hairline.
I don't know if that makes sense. Again, I'm not a professional. This is just what I've done. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. Again, I used this same curling iron too when I had my extensions in, and I think it worked just as well. So you don't want to invest. I was looking at getting some like different hot tools, but boy oh boy, they pricey in these streets. All right, again, so we have to use, ideally I would have liked to use a smaller one, but it is what it is. So it's just going to be a bigger curl. My hair is too short for that type of style, like with hers, the way they do hers anyways, because of, we'll squeeze it in. Don't you worry about that. We'll make it fit. Honey, I've been making myself fit in clothes for years. I can make that piece of hair fit. So I don't spray it either. I used to spray them and then I felt like they got real tacky when I was taking them down. I'll spray afterwards. But we'll come do and we'll take it down together. But it is really cute. The volume really holds. It comes out really shiny. It's a lot less damaging to your hair than in opposed to blow drying and curling. So I always recommend to like let your hair air dry. And you know, invest in good products, especially if you're spending a lot of money on getting your hair done. It would be honestly a waste of money if you didn't. Oh snap, I got one more. If you didn't invest the money in good hair products, if you're paying a ton of money at the salon. So, and maybe you can get in good with your hairstylist and she can buy you the products at cost. My sister sells like lines of products at her shop, and she sells them for cheaper than you would buy them like in the stores and stuff. So I just got it all clipped up. There might even be a spot, but it's all good. Don't worry. Everything is pretty much curled. It's sleek, it's smooth, and that's it. So we are good. Cool kids. I'm gonna clean up my mess. All right, so we are now back. We are in the office. I just literally cleaned my whole house. So these have been in my hair, I don't know, I would say probably about an hour, and I'm gonna start taking them down. So what I do is I start from where I started, and I just have my little bag in my lap and I just start pulling down. And you could already see, look at that. And I think this is way less damage as far as heat goes. And yeah, so I think this is the better bet. Like I said, a little time consuming, but it's worth it in the end because this style I feel like looks better. The volume stays. You don't need to put as many products in your actual hair. And yeah, so I think it's really pretty. Don't like start messing with it yet, which I always struggle with, because you could see I'm already trying to like, all right. So this is what it looks like right now. So kind of just weird, but you could see already like it's a ton of volume in here. And literally all I do is just run my fingers through it, and then I set it the way I want it to go. So this is always just my part, the way I wear it, but you could flip it onto the other side, or you could do a middle part and it'll be good. So as you can see, like it has, I just touched up my curtain bangs and gave myself a little bit of a trim. So if my hair looks a little bit shorter, that is why. I did just I didn't film it because I didn't film me cutting my own hair because, for one, I don't think anybody should do this. I've had a lot of really bad mistakes of cutting my own hair, and I obviously never learned my lesson, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't want to be responsible for you hacking up your hair. So there's a girl, I think her name's Deandra something or another, and she cuts her hair, and I just followed kind of her technique, and I just use thinning shears. So what I did was I just redid a curtain bang. So I just took like this portion of my hair and brought it over and took the thinning shears, because it won't give you a blunt cut, so you don't have to worry about messing up as bad. And I did that, and then I did it to both sides, and then I brought my hair forward and pulled it down, and I trimmed up my ends on my bottom, and then I kind of went through and I brought each layer to the front, and I just did a trim, and I did it again for the back end and brought it forward and did a trim. And that's it. It was literally maybe 5 minutes, and it was just basically almost like a dusting to remove any weight or any dead ends from my hair and to give it just a little bit more movement. Just because I need to slowly keep up with my trims, because I am trying to grow out my hair and I am trying to rescue it from the damage I've done throughout the years. So just giving myself slight trims at home and then not putting as much heat on my hair anymore. So I'm giving myself trims maybe once a month and just trimming, like a little dusting. I am not using as much heat products. I'm only washing my hair once or twice a week, and I'm taking I always talk about the Bellway fiber with the collagen in it, and I take biotin, and I use hair masks, and I just leave my hair alone. I also don't do any crazy hairstyles where I put a lot of tension in my hair. When I wear my hair up at the gym, I literally will take it, I wrap it in a bun, like this looks crazy, and then I just put a silk hair tie on the top, and then that's it. So really, really minute things I'm doing. And if I have to go in and like touch up my hair, I will just kind of just go through and just kind of, you know, defrizz it. But this is basically it. As you can see, it has a ton of volume, a ton of shine, and it's got good movement. I mean, this is some good hair right here. So it's not anything crazy. So, and everything I'm doing at home. So I'm skipping the trims, I'm skipping the hairstylist, and I'm just doing everything I can at home. And this way I'm saving money for myself as well. So, and even, this is even though my sister's a hairstylist. My sister, even though she's, you know, my sister, I still have to pay her for her time, you know, nothing's for free in this world. So, but yeah, this is my hair, and that's what I did. So let me go ahead, put my makeup on, and then I'll be back. All right, my friends, thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Hopefully it gave you guys some points and some insider tips and some little info to maybe you can implement into your hair care routine. Let me know down below any of the products that you suggest that you feel like totally have made a difference in your hair game, because, you know, we all just want those luscious locks, don't we? I mean, yeah. So anyways, do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, all the things, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, friends.